Sam Roberts here at the Wrestlemania 30 Radio Row with the big deal, Titus O'Neil. What's the haps, Titus?
Not much, man. Just sitting here getting ready to make my WrestleMania moment in WrestleMania 30 here on Sunday in an arena in which I have already won one championship before. My first collegiate championship was won right here in New Orleans with the Florida Gators. We won a national football title, and so I'm very excited about this WrestleMania for many reasons. My first one being on the card. Secondly, it's been celebrating 30 years, which is a huge milestone for any company, and being hosted by Hulk Hogan, and also being in a match that we're representing Andre the Giant.
Right.
It's awesome.
How do you get it psychologically? Like, how do you make the change from being an athlete like a football player to being a pro wrestler? Because as much as it's both athletics, the goals that you have are entirely different. There's no, I don't think when you're playing football, there's no sort of thought as to what the performance is when you're playing, right?
Yeah, actually, because your performance is what keeps you on the field. Here in the WWE, your performance has to be, it can be great one week and you still not, for whatever reason, not reach your present day goals. But the difference between this and football for me is this is a year-round thing. So I have so many more opportunities to go out each week, to try to get better. Whereas in football, you play 16 games, 17 games, and your season's over, and now you got an off season to try to prepare for the next time. We have no off season. So.
And like you said, I mean, as much as it is like straightforward, if you score the points, you're going to do this.
Yeah.
If you don't score the points, it's not going to happen. In wrestling, weird things just pop up. And
You can be literally not doing anything, and then next thing, a week later, you're vying for a WWE championship. And I've seen it happen since I've been here. I've seen guys that were not doing anything or losing every single match, and 2 weeks later they're an Intercontinental Champion, or they're getting ready for WrestleMania. I mean, take for instance, Bray Wyatt was out last year with being out with shoulder surgery, and now so he was nowhere to be found on WWE television, and now he's getting ready to go into the biggest match of his life versus John Cena on the biggest stage of them all in WrestleMania. So that's just 1 year's time, how things can change. So
how much time do you put into getting married to the things that you do? Meaning, especially the things you do in promos. You're one of the more entertaining guys, but they most of the time go towards the absurd. Like they're completely ridiculous. Are these things that you're just like, you just think to do them, and then you just do them and that's it? Or are you in your head going, oh, this is going to be on fire and I'm going to be doing this every week? And
it's very random. Very random. Sometimes it's the day of or the moment of, or I might be in the car listening to a song and I'll say, oh, I'm going to try something with this. But just like me spelling out my name Titus, that my kids got me doing that because we were watching Grown Ups 2, the movie Grown Ups 2, and the little kid that's in the movie he's dumb as hell, and he misspells everything. Competition, KROMTOIMC, competition, yay! And then everybody plays like he's just the smartest kid in the world. And so one day my oldest son TJ said, Dad, you should try something like that, where you misspell something, and then I say, well, let me think about it. And Titus was like, just spell Titus for everything, and that's how that came about. Titus.
And are you, when you're gonna do something like you're gonna interrupt the interviewer, like just start screaming over?
I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do half of the time. I know I'm gonna 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna bark or blow my whistle. I know that for a fact because I need to let that interview stop at an abrupt stop. And
you don't fade out. There's no fade out with you.
And then once we get going, it's just I'm just going.
And do you go to the interviewer like Renee Young or Josh Matthews or whatever? You're gonna go, all right, so here's what I'm thinking we're gonna do, or do you just spring it on them?
A lot of times I just spring it on them. It's just fun that way. It's more natural for me. And half of the time, honestly, I don't know what I'm going to say. So I know where I want to go with it. So I can tell them, hey, this is kind of my idea where I want to go with it. But they don't they don't know what I'm gonna do.
Have you ever gotten the "what the hell was that" scolding? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I got it from Renee several times.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. But it's always been like, I was not expecting that type deal. You know, it's never been like, I can't believe you did that.
But none of the bosses have ever said don't do that anymore.
No, nobody's ever came to me and said. I mean, I know we're PG programming, and I know what line I can push. And the great thing that I've had the luxury of is being able to get bullet points. You know, they tell me what they want me to hit, and I do it in my own way. And I was that way with Darren. And I think I've kind of proven to them over, this last couple of years that give me an opportunity and I'll make it work.
And you got to do what every kid who's a wrestling fan dreams of. Turn on your tag team partner and be a bad guy. That had to be the greatest news of your life.
Yeah, it was definitely out of nowhere because we weren't expecting it. It wasn't like we had any build up going into that situation. It was a very snap moment, but it was a moment in which I think we both can utilize to propel our careers, singles careers, to the next level if we choose to. And I know that that's what I'm choosing to do and working to do, and I believe in my heart that's what Darren is doing too.
Excellent, man. Well, good luck. WrestleMania 30 this weekend. Hope everything goes well, and thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Appreciate you having me on the show.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, buddy. I get to be on TV once again. We on TV? Or we
I
on
mean,
the radio?
Technically it's the internet, but the internet is the new TV.
Yeah, I mean, the WWE Network.
Right.
$9.99 a month.
Right.
And you have a show on there.
Well, I'm on the Countdown show.
Right.
Like one of those. So, people can see us.
So how'd you swing that deal?
How did I get on there?
Yeah. How'd you swing the Countdown deal?
Because they saw the interview I did with you, and they were like, that's electric. Okay. We need more of that.
All right, so what you need to do is send them this tape.
Yeah.
And get me a show on WWE Network.
We'll bark at him then.
All right. Give me my show on the WWE Network. $9.99 a month. You saw what I did on the WWE app. I took the WWE app from 0 to over 11.6 million downloads.
Wow.
Me, I did that.
Wow.
I was the one. Look it up. I go by facts. I got the most content on the WWE app, period. Me, Darren, well, mostly me. At either rate, make it happen. Get me a show on the network.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.